Hi, and thank you for coming to the 10th Annual Lake County Film Festival. This is the Q&A for Shorts with Kids, and I'm very excited to have two of the filmmakers here with me today to talk about their films. We have Logan Jackson from My Hero and Alexia Collette from Kokokids of Paris. How's it going, everyone?
It's going great.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
It's a happy day.
Oh yeah. It's an amazing day. Beautiful weather. Windy out here in LA.
So I struggled a lot with this program. What I said in my explanation, my introduction for the program, is I've always had a hard time finding short films for children to watch. I just don't find that many independent ones. But I kept noticing that these films that feature children were showing up on my list of films that I really liked, and so I found these to put together. I almost went with the title Kids in Peril, but I decided that it just didn't really fit right. But they are almost, all four of them are in varying degrees of peril. What can you guys tell me about where you got the ideas for your films? Logan?
Oh yeah. So the idea is all completely experience based. It's based on true events from top to bottom. So the part of the segment is chronicling my sister, who is a single mother, and she has two young boys. She always has to make these tough decisions to leave them home alone. She's playing mommy and daddy. So you have to do what you have to do. But even when you do that, even if it's for 5 minutes, you're leaving the kids at a risk. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that narrative of single parenthood, and also my friend Brendan Elliott, who is the film is dedicated to. That was a personal experience as well that I went through.
Alexia?
Yeah, so in Paris, there was a really hard situation with migrants. There were more and more homeless migrants living in tents in Paris, even families with kids, and they were like invisible. They were living in the street, but people were not like noticing them. So I didn't want to document their real lives, but instead I wanted first to create a poetic story about two adorable girls, and maybe then to let the audience discover the reality of their living situation.
Both films really spend a lot more time not in peril than in peril. You both give us really great snapshots of just what it's like to be a kid from the kid's angle. Can you talk about how you put yourselves in that mindset to really, show it from their perspective? Logan?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just, everybody feels it. Everybody has a childhood in the past. And for me, it could be something that's just a TV program that you see on television that is nostalgic and is maybe from the 90s or something. And it gives you a hint of what times used to be. So it's always in us. And I think for me to show it from the kids' perspective like that, to jump into that world, it was fairly easy because I'm always reminiscing about the good old days in the childhood, like memories, and just wanting to go back in time sometimes, but of course you can't. So it's just it was fun to recreate those times, and it was very organic, very authentic, and it was easy for me to do because I'm always reminiscing and whatnot about childhood. So
nothing struck me more than the joy of a mattress on the floor.
Exactly.
We have a mattress on the floor in the basement for gymnastics right now.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah. I was big into wrestling as well, so it was just always wrestling on the mattress and whatnot. So yeah.
Alexia, how did you put yourself in the mind frame? And honestly, you have some cinematography that's really striking. That makes things look different. You've got, I don't even know, I'm not technical enough to know what's going on. Maybe you can explain it, but it really put me in a different mindset. How did you do that?
What you have in mind in particular? Do you have any example?
Yeah, well, it's like sort of wavy on the outsides. There's music going, and I mean, I can pull it up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for the dancing scene. Sorry for my bad English accent. It's terrible. When the girls are dancing, do you mind?
Yeah, there's some masks. I'm pulling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the part with masks.
Yeah, I think I didn't want to put boundaries, or I just wanted to let the creativity go and see what I could do. Also, I wanted to play with a lot of improvisation with the girls. They were 6 and 8 years old, and they were non-professional, so my way of work was a lot with improvisation. So, I wanted also them to have fun at this moment, and that's what we do. And then we did a lot of work during the editing, especially for this dancing scene.
What was it like directing the kids?
For me, it was a lot of listening and also reconnecting with my child mind, which is not so difficult for me because I like to be kidding, etc. But I think it was a lot of improv. So I was focusing on creating the context for the girls to feel comfortable and to be really in a place where they could play, like the two character would be playing or talking, etc. And I think that's how I mostly worked with them both, and they are amazing. Yeah.
I have this up here. You've got a couple different things, effects. I don't know if this is just post effects or what, but you've got a couple different shots here that I found this just really enthralling with the outer part, and then you hit that. It's just really cool. It really put me. It's near the end of that dance scene, but it really put me in a different frame of mind and really experiencing it from their angle, I guess I would say.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Logan, what was it like directing the kids?
It was pretty fun, man. The kids were, I mean, they're brothers, so it was very easy to work with them. Honestly, they were so well mannered and so respectful, and their parents are very nice as well. They just come from a very structured upbringing home, a good upbringing. So it was very easy to work with them. The thing about it is I didn't script them too much. I didn't want them to come across as too plastic or like try to make them into little Academy Award winners or anything like that. I mean, they're kids, and we're shooting a film that has to do with kids being kids. So I just wanted to take away the script. And once I did that, I mean, it just opened up a whole world. They just naturally wanted to wrestle with each other and naturally wanted to have these dance off. And I would actually give them little incentives. So whoever won the wrestling would get ice cream or pizza. Whoever won the dance off would get pizza. So they were really like competing. So they're going super hard trying to outdo one another. And it was we had so much fun, man. And they didn't want to take their little Batman mask off and whatnot. They're adorable. I miss those kids.
It was Batman and Spider-Man. I noticed you were mixing comic universes there. Something I didn't approve of, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Both films seem to run the line between, they both have a very documentary feel, even though you're narratives. How much of that was on purpose? Was that your goal, to make it feel like a documentary, especially you, Alexia?
Not at all. It's true that I went to some migrant camps and I met migrants and also families because I wanted to really know what was the most difficult in their lives. But I think if you feel this, it's because my background is documentary directors, maybe that's why. But yeah, that might be also it's do-it-yourself movie, and it's my DP friends who helped me to shoot this movie, and they are shooting only documentary film, so. That's why I think you have this feeling of documentary.
Well, everybody feels so natural, you know.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm really drawn to things that are, you know, political in a lot of ways. And Logan, obviously, we know about late stage capitalism and what puts her in this situation to begin with. Do you have any elaboration on that?
Well, I mean, I think it's just highlighting the everyday struggles, man. A lot of people can't relate to that because they're not in that, or they can't show empathy because they're not in that. So the fact that you said it felt like a documentary or it had those similar vibes is really the best compliment that it could have received, because the goal was to make it as authentic as possible, because these are very real life situations that you know, my sister and countless other single mothers go through day in and day out. And you know, we all see that single mother at the grocery store and she has two kids and maybe the kid is off running around screaming, and we're so judgmental. You know, we're quick to judge and say she needs to get her kids under control, or she shouldn't come out the house like that and whatnot. But it's like you never know what's going on behind the scenes. So yeah, that was my whole intention in just showing like empathy, and maybe people could relate to it, and next time they see that situation out in public, say, you know what, I'm not going to be so quick to judge.
It's interesting in a post COVID world how more people are able to generate the empathy for what it actually is to take care of your kids all day. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Many
you know,
people are
my
going through
Facebook feed is filled with people, you know, talking about, oh my God, I have to
it.
teach my kids and spend all day with my kids, and I'm hoping that generates some empathy. Alexia,
Yeah,
what
me too.
tell us about the migrant situation there that we don't already know about here?
So it was really horrible, like I'd say 2 years ago, because it was as if the authorities were doing nothing. Newspapers were talking about migrants only as numbers, and nobody's were considering them as uh, people with lives, and not trying to know more about them. Um, and that's why I wanted to focus on kids, because I think then you can get attached more and get more attention. And also I wanted to put more poetry. That's why also I didn't want to do like a documentary. I wanted really to to portray two kids as kids, not like as migrant kids. But nowadays, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's much better, unfortunately, because for sure in Paris itself, there are less migrants living in tents, but you know, further away in the suburbs, there are still like migrants living in very harsh living situations. So yeah, it's still a big issue.
What's next for the film? And is are they you still traveling to festivals?
Um,
The film,
yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, so it has been selected by 10 film festivals in the US so far. And it has won 2 awards, which is amazing. But yeah, it's a do-it-yourself film, so I should send it to other film festival. I don't know. Yeah, I will see. Yeah. But
Cool.
yeah, I'd love to keep sending it to other film festival. So yeah, it should go on for a little while.
What are you working on? Any future work?
Yeah, another short that I should shoot in the Bay Area in English this time, and and so in 2021, I don't know yet when, but it will be a midnight category, so very different.
Animated?
No, a midnight category, so a kind of dark thriller, kind of, yeah.
Cool. Well, you can
Yeah.
check out our Oh My God shorts and see if it fits in with that.
Okay.
I'm not big on horror, but that
Mhm.
was my first time really doing those kind of midnight off the wall shorts, and I had a great time doing it.
Awesome. I'll do. Thank you.
Cool. Logan, I try not to geek out too much about film stuff, but how did you get that microwave shot?
Oh yeah, that's an interesting shot. Yeah, so my DP, Will Turner, who's just incredible. He's amazing. We wanted to do something just creative because we shot it all like literally in one location, aside from the exteriors, which was right down the street. So for the most part, we had a lot of free time. So we had a lot of time to really focus in on the details and get creative with pretty much everything. So when it came down to do that, initially I just had the camera just looking at their feet, and that was in the script while they're getting their noodles ready in the microwave. But he was like, you know what? I never shot from inside a microwave before. I was like, I don't know. I don't think I have either. So he was like, I have this saw at my garage at my house. So why don't you bring a microwave over there and we'll try to saw the back off. And he had this power saw, and he put on these welding goggles, and he went to work. It was very dangerous. I mean, sparks was flying everywhere, but we managed to cut the back off, and it worked like a charm. It looked pretty cool, I thought.
But you couldn't run the microwave. You
Wow.
put the light on and added some sound.
Yeah. So of course we couldn't run the microwave, but we did have like some LED lights that we could manipulate a little bit that was in there. And yeah, the sound design just does wonders when it comes to imagination.
But as you saw, probably that's what I used that for your photo for
Yeah. You know, I'm surprised that not too many other people really do that. I thought it was one of the best shots of the film, but you know, it's a
the
quick shot, very quick.
the one behind you is also a fantastic shot.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
is a great shot. Also, what's next for the film? I mean, how long have you been playing?
Well, we opened in, I believe it was maybe June or July. We opened Palm Springs, which was our premiere, and we won Best US Short. And then after that, the floodgates just kind of opened, and right now we're in, I think it might be 26 festivals right now.
Wow.
And we have 5 awards that we've won. So
Wow.
it's I don't know. I don't see it ending anytime soon because we have a lot of festivals to end out the year to carry us on to the end of the year, and then other festivals that we're in next year as well. So I don't know. This is my first time on the festival circuit really, so I'm not sure what to expect.
You know, it's interesting. This year has been so strange, but usually I
Yeah.
would say you can run a year pretty well. You know, make sure you do a full loop. But
Hmm.
this year it was very difficult. A lot of festivals had already just put their things online, and you know,
Yeah.
I try not to program things that are already online. But
Yeah.
there's probably 8 of them that I didn't even notice they were online or came online after they were accepted, and they're already, you know, they're already just online. Like
Yeah. It's a tricky time.
something about the pandemic, and people are just saying, "Well, let me just throw it." People are going to watch it online anyway. Throw it online. But
Yeah.
personally, obviously, I find a lot of value in playing at festivals and connecting with people, individually. You know, Vimeo will always be there later.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. I have no intentions on putting. I mean, we're in some pretty great festivals coming up, so I have no intentions of putting it online.
Cool.
And even on some of the other festivals, it kind of prohibits it to an extent. So.
Yeah. What are you working on? Anything else?
Mostly business side, man. It's been a lot of business that has been coming my way. We just recently sold the short film to a French-based company, actually, Alexia. So so we working with a sales agent on that, and that was something new. But outside of that, a streaming service contacted me, and they were interested, and they loved the film, and they wanted to for me to work with them on a 6-episodic series. So I'm currently outlining that and trying to get that over to them. But I still have other things that personally I need to create as far as like my stories and whatnot. So I'm always writing that.
The 6-episode is something a new project, completely new, or is it related?
Yeah, that's completely new. That's takes place in Louisiana. It's about the Creole community and whatnot, and it's a beautiful love story about how my mother met my father, and they come from 2 completely different backgrounds. So I wanted it to have a very Cajun background and element to it.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot, guys. It's been so great to talk to you. Thanks for participating. It's very enlightening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
My pleasure. All right. Thanks a lot. We'll see everyone later tonight.
Awesome.